Good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending whereabouts you're in the world. I hope you're having a phenomenal day so far. This might be a very short stream because we're having some technical trouble, like the game not showing up, despite the fact this is my fourth time in trying to get it showing. So, oh, there we go. We're finally there. The game is showing. And we have audio now as well. Excellent. Right, let's get ourselves underway. So, apologies for the scuffed intro there. Welcome to everyone that's joining us as we're playing a brief campaign. I say brief, it's been 11 parts now in Empire Total War. We're playing as France. We have taken over Great Britain, Prussia, and Austria. We've also won against the Maratha Confederacy, and are currently at war, I believe, with Russia, which... yeah, so we're at war with Russia, and we're trading with everyone else at the moment. You just have to threaten it. Indeed. So on the Grand Campaign, we should actually get on with winning, because we're getting dangerously close to our end date. But we've got up to making 61,000 a turn, so we've done a significant economic push. And we're now going to have to try and figure out what to do about Russia. So we've had one push so far. Persia got defeated by Russia, I think after they came back after the Maratha Empire defeated them, and we're now starting to move troops north to go and keep engaging, and we're moving up to Chechnya, Dagestan, Shakask, and Astrakhan. We've also got a separate army moving in on the European front, up to Moscow, to Kiev, and we've just taken Crimea. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. Morning, Doc. So, there are a few superpowers left in the world. Us, Russia, Poland, Lithuania, and Spain. Those are really the only areas of the world that can make life uncomfortable for us. Spain are a reasonably close ally, although won't be huge fans of our expansionism currently, which may lead us to war with Spain and Poland, Lithuania. We don't really have a solution for war with Spain at the moment, but we'll see. And to win the campaign, by the way, we only need to take 2 bits of territory we have people sitting next to. Right, Azerbaijan.
Failure to comply will lead to an organized rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands.
So, one of the things we are doing is I'm going to be creating a lot of dragoons wherever I can. Dragoons provide a law enforcement bonus effectively. Which is going to be really important for us. Going through and having a look at the economics globally as well.
Monsieur, vos ordres? Attaquez! Ils sont faits! D'autres ordres? Préparez les troupes pour la bataille! Votre Majesté?
Managed to take Kiev.
Préparez-vous pour la bataille!
I'm going to put the money into repairing all the facilities there. So one of the problems we've got is if we're doing this rapid takeover of land, is you can very quickly end up with a position where
Votre Majesté?
there is insufficient public order, so you're going to end up with riots behind you. So I'm trying to plan this in a way that
Préparez les troupes pour la bataille!
we can keep pushing forwards.
Bataillon prêt!
As we go, checking the infrastructure exists. Actually set fire to that port. And that university. We don't need more universities. Just for some reference, we've pretty much completed the tech trees. So outside of giving us a wee bit of prestige, which we are doing just fine on, there's not really a huge reason for us to keep the universities around, because they have a public order, or they cause problems for us public order wise. But we need to keep our armies moving and also keep moving behind it. Can I move these guys out? Oh, they'll come out that way anyway, so... Okay, that's not going to cause a problem public order wise. So we'll start to send effectively just police forwards. Let's do this and... Leicester, Barnes and Savoy, honestly... That's not something I'm going to be doing very much about. Oh, actually, we've got cannon in there. Realistically, let's... There we go. Oh, we are out of money. Yeah, enjoy your stream. If you're not already following Instonctable, by the way, you definitely should do it. Twitch.tv/Instonctable. He's streaming shortly. The Russian fleet's going to be a bit of a problem for us for a while. I'm hoping in a few turns we can completely win the war here.
Rioting has broken out in this region as the lower orders have become too unhappy. You must either appease the rioters by lowering taxes...
Right, Savoy, we're going to pay a little bit more money on...
Whatever you do, act quickly before the riot becomes a rebellion.
Votre Majesté?
I'll just burn down the university, that's fine. So what's the one bit that we still need to do? objectives, victory conditions. Oh, we got one wee island to take. That's it. We need to take Corsica off from Genoa. Okay, so we've got this trade port in place. Keep marching that army up. There we go. And that policing bonus has meant that the striking in Azerbaijan is going to no longer be an issue. I'm actually just going to click through like this quickly to see if there's... Oh. So all I'm doing is clicking through every territory we have to check that they've all got the highest level of roads. Bad words. Hey. Hang on. I was about to say, I think that's everywhere, but that is not quite. I'm not saying our empire is now quite large or anything, but that's just running through the territories we own. Do you have any challenges? You need to control most of the map. That's only really been the case in the last session or so. So we've got a challenge from Spain. It would cause some real problems if Poland, Lithuania, and Spain both went to war with us at the same time. But we've had a technological advantage for about 2 sessions. So we're just trying to get ourselves to a point where we're building up. We're at war with Russia at the moment and continue to build up our forces. So we'll probably complete the Russian war and then call it. And then start a fresh campaign. So most of the challenge at the moment is more around public order, as we've taken over such a large proportion of the map in some very short wars. Okay, we may end up having to retreat from a fight over here. Oh, we might be able to win that. So we're going to keep recruiting colonial dragoons with a view to them constantly being brought up to free up our army to continue onwards, to keep public order as high as it possibly can be. But we've effectively, I'm playing around with the economics at the moment because we effectively won last session, I think. So So the reason that there's still a risk from Poland, Lithuania and Spain, just to explain, even if we could instant win pretty much on the objective side, but Poland, Lithuania and Spain pose a particular problem for us because Poland and Lithuania are very strong in a very specific area near our borders. And on the Spanish side, they still hold lots of the Americas and a lot of our wealth. There we go, rebellion support. Boy, that's less than ideal, actually. Might have to actually fight that. Our navy is not particularly strong. It is large, but it's mostly trade. So Spain has galleons which could completely wreck our economy. In 4 naval battles, they could wipe out... Yeah, 5 naval battles there, they could wipe us. And they would probably have trouble there. We've got a counter here. But if you look at how much our income comes from trade, 81,000 comes from trade. That is more than our total income. If we lose those trading partners and lose the trade, we're still pretty vulnerable. Which is why you should never count your chickens before they're hatched. We can put a coaching in there. This might be more trouble than it's worth. I could just do with some friendly troops here. Because that is the remnants of an army. No wonder we lost the public support there. I don't have a solution for this at the moment. All right, let's promote ourselves another general. Because those troops are being pulled in because we're so close. Okay, well then I don't have to fight that. That was a little wasteful then. There we go. Sorry, I didn't realise that the troops here would be able to take part in the fight in Savoy. So it went from being a very worthwhile battles fighting to suddenly really not. What difficulty playing on? I honestly can't remember. Hang on. It's on fairly low difficulty. On the battle side of things. It's on whatever the default was by the looks of things. So we will up that as we play our next playthrough. Let's... Truth be told, I was incredibly out of practice at this game. Despite it being one of my favourite games of all time. This is where it's going to be a problem. So it's very difficult to keep our intelligence outrunning our armies. Right, Moscow didn't attack us, which is a bit weird. So we can order our forces up a little bit more. Who's our better general? He is. Lend them another cannon. Let's fight that. I always forget how much I love this game until I start playing it, because the technology is one of the last total wars that the technology side of things really mattered. Right. That is an odd position for us to be taking. Let's... That's downhill. Doesn't seem to be a great position here for us. You agree it's one of the best games of the Total War series. It's a bit old, the mechanics aren't the most perfect. Oh yeah, by no means is it a perfect game. However, it's... I think the technology side of things, much as I don't love the naval battles, it's not my favourite thing personally, I appreciate that the naval battles exist. I appreciate that they've put the effort into it. And the ship models are really cool. And having a tech advantage is a real advantage in this. And there's, you know, the downside to that is if you push the tech advantage really hard, your public order is going to suffer. Right, we're out of range for this. I don't actually care though, because I'm confident they'll be able to hit the blind side of a wall from this range. What we'll do is we'll put all of that cannon. Now we've arranged it, we'll put all of that into one unit. Those don't need direct line of sight, so they can sit behind and unlimber. Oh. We'll set them into a separate unit. Our general can sit towards the back. These cliff edges are going to help protect the sides of our cannons, as is this. But we are going to need some troops to hold the line. We'll use some of our less experienced troops. I think that's the last of our army, isn't it? Yep, it's highlighting there. These are a regiment of foot from the French East India Company. We can just hold them up. We want to hold one unit by a general, and these are effectively reserve troops. The enemy do still have cavalry. And at some point we'll want to charge with everything we've got, but as a starting point, . That'll do. Have we left any units over the side? You sure they're going to come out and attack you? I think they're going to wait for them to come to us. I mean, you're probably right. But every so often, if they're cavalry heavy, they'll come and have a crack, and I'm about to blow a lot of their walls apart in very short order. Which will impact the game performance quite a bit, unfortunately. So our plan is to blow 2 holes in the side of the fort and try and remove some of the cannon threats. I will probably unlimber and move our cannons forward pretty quickly. There you go. That's them firing back. Might be a little bit too far. Yeah, I think that's probably a little bit too far even for us, but we'll see. Oh no, that'll do. Yeah, that's them starting to come out to form battle lines. Maybe not good ones, but still. They have a few cannons left. I could do the very French thing of just marching in column against them. Let's limber up our cannons. They've got light cavalry, is that at the back? So they've got some hussars. I don't really want to move too much further forward with our cannon, but let's give them a tempting target. One of the things this army's lacking quite a bit is cavalry. Our general staff is pretty much it. Let's move up some of our troops. 'Cause once you breach the wall, there's not very much you can do other than get ready for a bloody battle. Into the breach, boys, indeed. Right. So their cavalry can come out and harass us a little bit. Oh my word, those lines are terrible. What in the heck is even that? Come on, let's try that again. If I were them, I would be full on assaulting us at the moment. Because they've got horse artillery, that can do quite a bit of damage, albeit they might lose the exchange. But more to the point, the hussars are a problem. At least for harassing our flanks. We've got some cover at the moment, so what we're going to do is move forward our howitzers as well. And once they're limbered up, we're going to move them with a supporting unit of infantry a long way up. Oh. The reason I'm doing the orders to go round is because I don't trust our own cannon not to cause ourselves some real problems. I kind of want to tempt the AI out. I wonder if we relimber our main artillery. This is a particularly stupid maneuver, that's why I think it might tempt them out. Got no cover. They're bringing more foot infantry out. I'm pretty confident in our infantry's ability just to stand and fight. Because these are veterans of several campaigns in this army. This isn't a new army. Right. This risks our flank a bit, because although we're spreading out and readying, can we make our way forwards a wee bit? Ideally, we want to be in 3 ranks with most of our units at this point, because we fire in 3 ranks. We have ripple fire and fire by rank. Let's move those 2 units up to the hill. I don't think, yeah, they can't actually see a lot of our army here. Spread out a little bit more. Although this cover's been a disadvantage for us in terms of us getting our own guns to bear, it's got a bit of advantage in that even where they still have cannon, they can't see us. Come on, get the last of them into position and actually let's move you guys. I've changed my mind slightly about where we're putting those. We'll put them behind the infantry. There. Who have they got on the wall? Some line infantry. We're going to get half our line firing across us that way, and the other half. Let's give them a reason to come after us. Alright, let's go. Fire in advance it is. Once more into the breach. Line of troops here. We'll take some damage on that side because we haven't taken down every wall there is. Let's advance on this side. Let's give them a reason to come out and get us. Yeah, bloody battle for those walls. He's using those squares as a pivot point. This guy's out too. Interesting. Right, we'll unwrap that square. Oh, there's militia losing badly. Oh, that's a problem. Redress our ranks to cover anything else coming out from there. Where our lack of cavalry is a problem, but we'll try and use the General's Bodyguard, but the chance of us catching up to Hussars with General's Bodyguard is very slim.
Fresh coffee made by Not Physics. Message: Sure hope clan knows you are up playing games already.
Right, sorry about that. Panic not over, but for those that are new here, lovely to have you here. But one of the ways you can support the stream is to make me a coffee. When you make me a coffee, it literally makes a coffee. And, or it makes an espresso. And Physics has just made 39 espressos. It also flashes every light in my house, green and pink, including in my wife's bedroom. So, yes. Hey, if I paused, it wouldn't be as funny for you. Right. Yep, something did destroy my units. Those are the ones fighting the wall. So they've managed to push us off the walls. Well, if at first you don't succeed, do the same thing again, right? Right, let's push these two units up to here. I have to keep changing mugs. Hashtag Radio says, lovely taste, Empire Total War's goated. Yeah, it is my, I think it is my all-time favourite of the Total War series. Wow. Hey, cost me pretty dearly, that wall assault. I wonder if that was friendly fire that didn't assist in that. We do have the wall, though, above the gate, so we can't be directly assaulted through the front gate. The general's bodyguard is over there. Right, let's start taking these walls. Fix bayonets and charge, chaps. This other unit should be able to provide some pretty constant fire. I think most of the Russian cavalry is gone now. I thought wrong. Okay, there's some Russian cavalry still. I'm gonna have to pull that unit to protect our flank. Oh, we lost the gates. Damn. Despite taking massive casualties, they're holding that wall. We should have this one any moment, though. Which means we can fire down into the defenders. Alright. Their Cossacks did take a hell of a lot of damage holding that, though. We need Empire to a Medieval 3 like yesterday. I totally agree. I guess I didn't really keep track of who killed that unit. The unit was killed by the Cossacks. There are 320, 480, I think, men holding that wall, so we bounced off the initial holding of the wall. I have to go and change coffee mugs. Right. Coffee log's changed. You're probably going to win with your Pyrrhic victory. I mean, you're probably not wrong. Come on, chaps. You got the wall. Now distribute yourself across it, please. Right. How about you go... No. How about you don't do that? How about you go here, then here. So another unit of our veterans got wrecked there. Come on the wall. We're just sneaking in behind them there. Right. They can break the square formation. The only place the cavalry's going to be able to come out is over here shortly. I'll go and change coffee cup again. That cost me dearly. Is that cavalry on the wall? I mean, sure. Why not? The enemy general's been killed. And they're now just getting shot from within. Oh my word. An idiot. Our reinforcements came in, and luckily it's a trash general. Go and help him. Bloody nobility. So, if you don't know, in this, your reinforcements will just go to the center. The cavalry got to the wall, oh well, onto the wall, I don't know. But our general's bodyguard will just go for the objective because they're reinforcements. I didn't notice them coming in. I have to go and change mugs again because I now have 6 mugs of coffee. 1 second. That was terrible. I think the thank you very much for the support physics. I think your coffee cost me 69 espressos. I just realised why the machine's still going. I doff my cap. That was brutal.
Votre Majesté.
And lost the general.
Monsieur, vos ordres?
So we're going to have to make some repairs.
Prêt à recevoir vos ordres? Canon, prêt!
Far more sensible army there.
Votre humble serviteur.
Deary me. How's your day been then, physics? Keeping well, buddy? Are you working this weekend? And yeah, you're just Dog Radio. If you don't know, we run a really significant number of community games for all sorts of games. A lot of CK3 at the moment, actually. So if you want to join in with any of those, you can head to the Discord at discord.gg/Imalfanker. Join any of our community servers or any of our community multiplayers.
Monsieur, vos ordres?
Right, I'm going to have to wait a turn, I think. I don't want to get cocky because I can't really see what's beyond. Oh, hang on. Right, we'll just keep sending.
À vos ordres.
Increasing numbers of riders north.
Marchez! Autre chose? Immédiatement! Votre Majesté?
Right, we already put down the rebellion in Savoy. I do need to recruit. A couple of galleys or something will be fine. Because we're going to need to go and take Corsica at some point. That's actually our win condition. Just having a look around to see if there's anything really obvious. We should have You don't have the equivalent to get coffees. Yeah, drink all this espresso in one go. I'm a Scot. I will not be wasting any coffee. So yes, I'm about halfway through one cup so far. Where to go? Where to go? It's actually a bit of a problem that Poland and Lithuania seem to have taken that on our behalf. I remember. We got this because we traded it for land. So St. Petersburg is going to be difficult for us to get to. And we're going to have to march our armies over land because taking them by sea is going to be a bad time for us because it will just be expensive. There's a single lot of colonial dragoons in there. So 217,000 gold income. We're spending 149,000 of it. Most of which is 131,000 on our army upkeep. So if anyone has suggestions for who we should play next, let me know. I have underdone a little bit about going to play Napoleon Total War because I didn't really play that very much when it came out. Like comparatively. I think I played it well over 1,000 hours in this and maybe a couple of hundred in Napoleon. I seem to remember the tech tree didn't really matter as much with Napoleon.
The ruling classes have written a letter of demands to your national leader as they are unhappy with the current government.
Oh, they're going to be really unhappy pretty soon.
Rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands.
Is that a university?
Exactly will you draw the line?
Realise that part of the problem here is going to be oof. We're definitely going to need more armies up that way. Right. In that case, let's send an army. There we go. Chechnya is now better under control. We had to free up this mainly infantry-based army from Tbilisi to go north soon TM. Check what our infrastructure looks like. And there are a few bugs that have existed for a while. Oh, that's there because it's not ours yet. Where's the nearest place I can make? Does Istanbul allow us to... It's one of the disadvantages the French have is they can't just manufacture dragoons everywhere. They can only get them abroad. So you're bringing in...
Half-ass Punch just subscribed.
Hey, Sponge. We could just not collect taxes while we have problems with public order. And Moscow is one of those candidates, but it's 3,800. What I do want to do, though, is set fire to their university. If they've not done that for me already. Yep, that's Moscow's university. We're a bit ahead on prestige at the moment. I think we can afford to set fire to a university. Although it is a really good university. Not that we need any... It's not like we've got any tech we need to research anytime soon. Infantry that's going to win the rest of these battles, I think. Oh, bad words. I misclicked outside the screen. Twice. What's Flanders got a public order problem for? Alright, they're making enough that it's worth me pulling together a couple of units of line infantry over here. Is there anywhere I can bring some units up from? We send them to keep public order in Ukraine. Moldova's going to have problems. It's not as easy as that. But Moldova's total income is 406. If they rebel, it is what it is. We'll be able to put that down pretty quickly. That's not helping things. And this will almost certainly rebel, but... Right, let's kick that army out of there. That's not our largest army by any means. We can go and be annoying and take them out of that port. Which will damage their navy a little bit. We might get our behinds kicked up here at some point because we don't have any intelligence about where any of the remaining Russian troops are. And then in the south, we've got two armies next turn. Sponge, how's your weekend going? You got any time off over this Easter weekend, or are you working? Thank you again for the 60 months, my friend. With a decent lawyer, you can get off with murder for less than that. We might actually...
Rioting has broken out in this region as the orders have become too unhappy. You must either appease
That was not unexpected.
or send in the troops to put them down.
There we go.
Whatever you do, act quickly before the riot becomes a rebellion.
Votre Majesté? Préparez-vous pour la bataille! Tenez-vous prêts! Préparez-vous pour la bataille! Vos ordres, Votre Majesté? Commencez le siège!
Have to do a little bit of spending here. So part of the reason for playing this on as far as we have, because we could have won quite a while ago, is I'm trying to understand better the economics again. Because I hadn't played this for quite a while properly yet, so trying to understand how the economics work.
Prêt à recevoir vos ordres?
Ah, those are the main troops from our assault on Bosnia. So we've got a fairly large elite army sitting there doing not a huge amount. Eve is kind of back under control. I think this army may do is
Pardon, monsieur? En attente de vos ordres?
do a bit of a swap around. We'll have to recruit some more for Moscow.
Votre humble serviteur.
Get another general out there.
Votre Majesté?
We might need more troops for St. Petersburg. Actually, the gendarmerie are not good cavalry, but they were some cavalry. Well, Moscow's still in trouble.
Prêt? Votre Majesté? Prêt à recevoir vos ordres? Votre humble serviteur.
Right, let's see how many units we have to put into Tbilisi to get it.
Votre Majesté?
Its public order sorted. I'm not even going to put in any particularly...
En avance, ordre!
There we go.
Monsieur? Votre Majesté? En avant! Marchez!
Run them up the coast. What's our builds looking like? Like everyone fighting in Russia ever, your supply lines are going to be a problem. Construction, I don't think... Yeah, we're going to have to keep pulling people up from, I think, Persia is the closest we can recruit.
Autre chose?
Our public order here is pretty good.
Oui, milord.
Yeah, Egypt. That's what we were doing.
À vos ordres. Ordre du navire. Votre Majesté. Embarquement. Marchez.
We're going to try and sneak past the Russian Navy and deliver more of our dragoons here. That's going to mean that we can start to better manage public order in this part, send more troops north, or at least send them onwards.
Assiégez-les. Victoire. Bataillon prêt.
That's going to rebel almost immediately. That was a silly mistake. We're not going to give you the region. Russia just spent quite a lot of their navy defeating Poland and Lithuania's navy for us.
Rebellions grow in strength over time, the more they're left unchecked. Always act quickly in these instances, otherwise the uprising may capture the
Tenez-vous
region.
prêt. Oui, milord. Détruisez-les. La victoire est à nous. Marchez. Écrasez-les. Victoire. Je ne peux
Right,
pas
that'll have helped us a little bit to get public order sorted in Moscow. Let's...
milord.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Hang on.
À gauche, en attente de vos ordres. En avant, marchez. Prêt, préparez-vous. Marchez. Autre chose. Hommes, en avant. Prêt à recevoir vos ordres. Votre Majesté. Préparez-vous à recevoir vos ordres. À gauche, marchez.
Eve is pretty well covered.
Monsieur.
They're going to be attacked pretty quickly. So we can use our public order army here to move to Moscow to free up some more troops. How did Spain get Comey? That's got to have been traded away in some desperation.
Vos ordres, Votre Majesté. Oui, milord. Oui, monsieur.
Right. I think it's worth it to
Immédiatement.
divert troops that way.
Votre Majesté.
It delays us taking some of their land by a turn.
Préparez-vous. Marchez.
The infrastructure out here is what's taking so long. Look at this.
Monsieur.
Only more ports we can upgrade while I'm looking around. still finishing. Okay. On St. Petersburg, we need to spend a fortune on. I am going to exempt that from tax policy because it's bringing in so little tax that it's not worth the hassle for us to lose it. Thank you again for the coffee physics. The positives are having to have these massive cups. The coffee does cool quite quickly, so. Realised quite how thirsty I was. Is the coffee too cold? No, definitely not. It's just, it was, I've been drinking coffee out of the Gaming Buzz mugs recently, and those keep the coffee incredibly hot for a very long time, which is good. That's what they're intended for. But when you're absent-mindedly drinking it, you're always surprised about how long it's taken. Whereas this is a pleasant drinking temperature, which is just as well because I've got a shed load to drink. Thanks to you, my friend. Which again, thank you. I appreciate it the trolliest way possible. Oh, no!
Fresh coffee made by Physix. Message, can't have you drinking cold coffee.
No! Come on! No! Damn it! Just making sure you get your steps for the next. Thank you. I'm sure I'm going to get a clout from plan as well. Right. I've stuck a coffee jug and a coffee pot under the machine. The light is still going. Oh. It's actually says off plan. Yes. At some point, probably very soon, a plan of attack will appear and ask me what I've done to upset physics today. Breath.
Votre Majesté? Monsieur? Préparez les troupes pour la bataille! Préparez-vous pour la bataille!
So, as we move in, we're going to spend massive amounts of running wherever we can. And And also, where we can, upgrade our offensive ports. It feels like I'm streaming the disco. Again, for anyone that doesn't know, like this flashing the lights thing, which teaches me a lesson as well, is the flashing lights. It used to flash, I think, white, and then it would flash blue. It's currently flashing red or green. It's like being a Christmas-themed disco playing this at the moment. You might plan the Imaflanker is fun for me. I mean, that's totally reasonable. Right. Let's head straight out of there. Bring our public order reinforcements up. That area really only making that little money. They still got villages left. No. Wow, it is just a barren wasteland there. From an economic standpoint. I have to go and change the jug over in a minute as well. Right. Or I could just drink faster. Right. That's a trading port, so we will keep the dry dock. Look at that cold coffee. Way ahead of you, sir. 3 Starbucks mugs to the good so far. Constant preaching of orthodoxy is not actually going to cause many problems. Another agent recruited. And we've got more troops ready in Moscow. Alright, so that's only on -2 now. There we go. That'll do. They may not be super happy, but we leave another unit or 2 in there. I don't think they're ever going to be incredibly happy about our presence. Keep running. They're moving that way. Right, we may need to do a diversion here for some of our troops. We do have some troops across the water there. Right, so let's recruit ourselves a light galley or 2 to protect the ports. And just recruit ourselves some additional troops to fill out that army a little bit. The level of veterancy in these guys is... Trading port we've already upgraded. Is there anything else? That's going to change the bloody bus in a second. Chug the coffee faster. Thing we will do is go through these armies here. Because that's our invasion force. And get that invasion force ready just to cross and take the final island we need. Poland and Lithuania are still a massive threat to us because their armies may not be as big, but they are concentrated, and we're now spread to the four corners. I think they only take Paris to actually take us out of the game. Migration due to starvation. We are working on that. Is there anything here that... There's no villages left. So there's only that one farm. I don't even think there is a dock. Despite having all of this coastline. There. There's Stockholm. Oh my word, Russia have lost that area. There's been a rebellion they've lost. Oof, sucks to be them today. Let's see, doesn't have a port no matter how much it develops. Yeah, it kind of sucks for them though, right? Because that's the problem, is that this area we can't even, and it's kind of understandable if you look at the geography here, but even in this bay into the Black Sea, we can't even create a fishing port. So the best we can do is what we've done, which is build up the farmland there. There's literally nothing else we can do to improve the food supply situation there. The lack of economic development over this side is almost a good defense. Because it's meaning we take so long to get from A to B. Right, I think Russia has one more territory and that's it. So... our tax income, 141,000, 80,000 on trade. Wonder if we can do better with another nation. Any thoughts on which nation we should do next, chat? That's been done. That's already been done. I was checking for really obvious problems. We can... I think we upgraded. There's one that we missed. Most of America when we did our big fight against the United States. Which in this game the United States only existed because we defeated the British very early. So 13 colonies became independent because of the French. That is the light stopped flashing now. How long did that take? I've managed to drink 5 cups of 5 mugs of coffee. This is I'm definitely awake. That, I think... our last tech is in 3 turns, so we will aim to win the game in 3 turns. And we've got a new national leader, Elizabeth III. Oh, that's a problem. How does our world feel about that? There you go. We are almost certainly going to have a rebellion here. There you go. Russia has been destroyed. That's what we were just looking at, St. Petersburg. like Governor's Mansion's being rebuilt. Governor's Palace is being built. The interface issue there.
Collecte de ravitaillement.
I think there's been 2 rebellions, maybe. I should also, stupidly, haven't checked my ministers. I don't think all day. I wonder if we're economically powerful enough just to buy some regions from our neighbours.
There is unused land suitable for farming.
Okay, so there's definitely a rebellion coming here.
Will help the population to grow over time and produce trading.
I wonder if minister changes could change that. He is not a phenomenal minister. Oh my word. Do we risk it again? Got a phenomenal Minister of the Navy. And then that idiot. The amount of tax we're going to lose there, I think we
Votre Majesté.
let them be.
Vos ordres, Votre Majesté. Monsieur. Préparez-vous pour la bataille.
That was stupid of me. I went for the wrong place.
Autre chose? En avant! Monsieur, vos ordres? Hommes, en avant! Ici tout! En avant! À recevoir vos ordres! En avant! Pour la couronne et le pays!
I'll recruit a few more troops over here as well. No, not grenadiers, just some line infantry. Just in case anyone gets any funny ideas. Let's have a quick look at our tax map. I'll see he's... There we go. We'll hire some Pandors there. There's our Swiss Guard. That seems fine. Right, so we're just gathering our forces and we'll do our final turn in 2 turns. How are you? We've got 24,000. Which we could use to improve the Americas a little bit. Constant rebellions there.
Rioting has broken out in this region as the lower orders have become too unhappy. You must either appease the rioters by lowering taxes or send in the troops to put them down. Whatever you do, act quickly before the riot becomes a rebellion.
They'll never get there, but let's at least pretend we've got a solution on their way. Let's go and have a word with His Most Catholic Majesty. Without hesitation, eh? Regions. Don't think we're going to manage this. Let's try see how much that region's worth to them. Yeah, they're not selling that. Worth a punt.
For breaking an alliance is greater the longer
Oh.
the agreement has been in place.
Damn it.
Trust grows over time, so the higher an opinion of your nation is, the further it has to fall when things sour.
Fair play to them. Poland and Lithuania managed to capture Finland. That was Very sneaky, I approve.
Votre humble serviteur. D'autres ordres? Monsieur, mettez-y tout votre cœur. Préparez les troupes pour la bataille. Attaquez! Fier et victorieux!
There we go. Our campaign won, our tech tree completed. We had got to the point that there was nothing they could do. Could have done with a better cinematic or something for the campaign being won. But our prestige ended up at 7,687, with Poland and Lithuania behind us. Spain well down the rankings. Despite the fact I think the Spanish are actually the biggest threat. Poland and Lithuania has some good armies, but the Spanish are the ones I actually feared the entire game. So, I think it's actually part 10. So we did a 10-part series on this. So the question, Jet, is who do we play as next? So the French's biggest disadvantage was really in public order compared to the British, because the lack of ability to produce dragoons. Who's our biggest enemy? I think Spain over time, because they held so much territory in the Americas. And their access to galleons, which aren't really counted until, from a naval perspective, until probably first rates, actually, just because of the sheer firepower. I don't remember what Prestige Victory does. The Ottomans are interesting with the superpowers look alike. Yeah, the Ottomans are interesting because they do have some early game advantages with galleys. It's been a long time since I played the Ottomans, which doesn't quite give you the same level of advantage that, for example, the Spanish have early game with the galleons, but does give you a significant advantage over most other nations. Your problem with the Ottomans is if you want to try and take the trade theatres, there's a lot of people that can screw you over on the way through Europe. So you're having to go through by Gibraltar for all of your trade. So it doesn't matter how strong you are in the trade theatres, you're kind of screwed. Your opportunity is potentially to go towards India, which then gives you lots more access to trade theatres with your contiguous land. But you have to win against Persia. I think the Dutch are interesting as well. They do have some interesting pros. So the one thing the Dutch have going for them is that they have territories in every region to start with. but they're also very much under threat from Spain immediately. So you can lose the game in a few turns. The Blue Belt says allows the economy and the tech's also not great. Yeah, I mean, that's really where, if you push for a tech win, that's really where France wins out. Is just the amount of universities you can have, the spread between these two was quite interesting to play. And they're quite difficult for others to dislodge. And things like the fire by rank is devastating, which I don't think the Ottoman Empire get. You play someone like the Maratha Confederacy, which I haven't played as for ages either, is that if you get out teched, the infantry tech is pretty devastating for the people you're likely to come up against. Elephants. Well, those are two words that I should probably split into a separate stream for us to do a fresh start, but certainly for YouTube. World Domination 40, Long Campaign 24, Prestige Victory. Let's do a long campaign. All right, we may not continue with this one. I just want to have a quick look and see what their tech looks like.
Your time has come. The once powerful Mughal Empire is crumbling. Now the Maratha kingdoms must unite and rise against their oppressors. As such, your priorities should be to begin pushing northwards into Mughal territory. Although the majority of the population is Hindu, their Muslim rulers will be trying to convert as many people as possible across the land. Prevent large-scale conversions by assassinating their imam teachers if you can. Sending Thuggees to their cities will give you intelligence about Mughal forces. European powers have begun to show interest in India for the trade wealth they know they can obtain. The Portuguese and Dutch already have a foothold on Indian soil, and the British and French are close behind them. It may be prudent to maintain trade with foreigners, to ally with one or the other for mutual benefit, or to drive them out of your lands altogether. In the latter case, it would be sensible to develop trade capabilities and technological research of your own.
Right. So we start with what we got recruiting in our best cities. Fixed artillery, that's not unusual. Camel gunners, lancers, let's have a look at the tech tree. Tour. I didn't think they had fire by rank. looks like starting off at war. Piece of Mysore. No port here to start with is a bit rough.
मैं क्या सेवा कर सकता हूँ? सर, जैसा आप चाहें।
Okay, so that's 9 points per turn. So their dhows are their trade ships. They have 204 firepower. That's handy. That's balancing. Don't know that that's actually a good idea. Right, we're at war. We're going to need to recruit. So what's our best army looking like? That's just lancers.
Use Brahmins to spread the word of your faith to every corner of the earth. Conversion to your state religion will make foreign cultures less troublesome. Once spawned, simply place them in a region. They will automatically spread the word to the population.
Your Majesty. हमें कोई न हराने पाए। तैयार हो जाओ, आगे बढ़ो। तैयार हो जाओ। बिल्कुल तैयार। तैयार हैं। आदेश की प्रतीक्षा है।
Turns. Because that's never gone wrong for us before. So we could take the Dutch off the island to the south. It would mean with the Dutch. But it would give us another trade port. And some more resources. Oh, I've been an idiot as well. I didn't do any trade or check our ministers either. Ow. Hang on. This will probably, yeah. Does that end our campaign already? It doesn't. Interesting. Right. We'll do a restart in a wee second, but what do your trade options look like? So India does have decent resources. That's spicy. Hang on. So our trade income initially is 1,830. Who are we at war with? Pretty much no one. Let's just say yes to the trade agreements. That's our only one, so our income goes up to... down? Interesting.
Your Majesty! आप क्या है? Yes, my lord. के लिए तैयार हो? हम जीत गए. झंडा उठाओ. Yes, sir. घेरा डालना आरंभ करो. युद्ध के लिए तैयार हो. My lord.
Okay. So there's probably going to be a rebellion there.
Thuggies are assassins and spies. In fact, this is where the English word thug comes from. You can use thuggies to assassinate rival agents and also to spy on or sabotage their plans.
So does that open up another trade route for us then? Yes, it does. Okay, so because this port can support trade routes as well, that's then 2 trade routes that we can do. So we could pick someone off the diplomatic list. So that's upping our income to 3,083 on trade. Gonna end up one more turning this until the whole day has gone on. I can't believe I haven't been given a kicking by a plan yet. Can't have slept through all of those lights, surely. That's not exactly surprising.
One of your sea trade routes is under attack from an enemy fleet. Without your intervention, they'll raid all shipping and take any goods and income for themselves.
That poses an interesting problem for us. Because I don't think we've got anything to trade. We missed a turn on that as well. Deary me. Can I trade with Portugal? No. quickly take my sword for a proper playthrough of this.
One of your sea trade routes is under attack from an enemy fleet. Without your intervention, they'll raid all shipping and take any goods and income for themselves.
ईश्वर की जैसी मर्जी।
Bravery being raided isn't something I can do anything about at the moment, so... Rude.
तैयार है। आपके आदेश। अपने रास्ते पर हूँ। मेरा टारगेट छिप रहा है, छाया की तरह। सर।
Anyway, they can be unhappy and be taxed. That's 2000s. Empire seems to be in a similar-ish position to us. In that they're going to really struggle to...
Unused land suitable for plantations in this region. Building plantations here will increase your nation's export capacity.
Struggle to pull together enough troops. I have to say that because I can't have them wandering behind us. Right, that means that is all but certain to rebel. Our army costs are really eating our income. Okay, we're 2 turns away from being able to upgrade our university. We've created a single unit and the works are on strike over here. That's kind of fine. If we can make a quick run to go and take Gujarat, that then gives us access to another port. Not that we're doing anything with it at the moment. And we're kind of ignoring the fact that there's a massive threat to our back. This is, I think, an almost fatal mistake doing this, but
मेरा टारगेट जीवन शीघ्र समाप्त हो जाएगा।
आपका नम्र सेवक। बिल्कुल तैयार। आगे बढ़ो।
all right. Yeah, I think this might make for an interesting playthrough. There's some real... You can take a lot of land, but whether you can hold it against constant rebellions when you're uniting India is interesting. And I think it could be interesting as well if we're... We seem to have quite a lot of potential university towns, but we don't have the money to really support a huge standing army, and we are incredibly vulnerable to pirates. So our options are... Oof. We're going to have to... Let's give that a fight. See how they play. Thank you again for the support, physics. It's cup number 7 of coffee.
Use your heaviest troops to defend any breach in the walls, and be prepared to sally forth and take the fight directly to them. The enemy
All right.
will try to wipe out all defenders, and if your men rout en masse from the settlement, the battle is over.
What I'm trying to do is maximize the manning of the cannons. What the frick, man? General's bodyguards. Okay, those walls are... I think my only hope here is to do something incredibly dumb. And hope we kill their general. Killed 6 of them. Form up, fire again. Not ideal on the walls there. Come on, run after him. We need the general dead. Them just being broken isn't enough. Oh, all of them. Run, 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 run. I'm running away. Come on, come back here. So there's no way I want to engage in hand-to-hand combat, but I definitely want to do anything I can to fight them. I then need the morale shock. Come on, get him off the battlefield at the very least. These poor guys are going to be shattered. We're already losing in the siege. Pull them off this way. Come on, has he left the field? That'll do. Doesn't count as dead, but he has gone. He's left the field. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit wonky on the walls here. I have no idea how we managed to defend this wall. We should have lost that every time. As dervishes versus firelock armed citizenry. They're concerned about their general fleeing. Where? We don't have bayonets, so this is going to go poorly for us. Counter charge. Oof.
The ruling classes have written a letter of demands to your national leader as they are unhappy with the current government. Failure to comply will lead to an organized rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands. Where exactly will you draw the line?
There's 2 scholars in there. I think you know Hindu marksmen there at the very least. So workers are on strike everywhere. That's going to completely ruin our economy, but it gives a little bit of a chance to get some public order. I don't think I can. I don't think I'd be able to dash win this by just running on and taking the next one, the next one, the next one. That'll take 3 turns. That's going to take 2. That's going to take 2. 2. The army here is not large. Actually, I haven't looked at our government either. Let's have a quick look at that. Alright, I think this might be an interesting run. Because that's actually not a terrible government.
Dead Sea Peaches gifted Darth Pixaris a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Darth Pixaris.
Betsy, between you and physics this morning, thank you so much, guys.
Dead Sea Peaches gifted
to
Infinity Simplex a subscription. Dead Sea
Sponge
Peaches
for the
gifted
resub
a
as
tier
well.
1 sub to Infinity Simplex.
Laz.
Dead Sea Peaches gifted Uncooperative Multiplayer a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Uncooperative Multiplayer. Dead Sea Peaches gifted Caridin a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Caridin. Dead Sea Peaches gifted Avenir Dutch a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Avenir Dutch. Dead Sea Peaches gifted Supreme Plague 1 a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Supreme Plague 1. Dead Sea Peaches gifted Mr_Flubber 123 a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Mr_Flubber 123. Dead Sea Peaches gifted Quemi_Tottle a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Quemi_Tottle. Dead Sea Peaches gifted LT_L1NK1 a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to LT_L1NK1. Dead Sea Peaches gifted Frank Farago a subscription. Dead Sea Peaches gifted a tier 1 sub to Frank Farago.
Gifted subs to Frank and others, and thank you so much again, Physics, for the coffee. I don't think I realised quite how much caffeine I needed this morning, and I definitely did. Of talking to people that need caffeine, or maybe just sleep, fire. Go to bed. Are you all back home now and everything sorted and happy and healthy, other than you now have a screaming baby? Which is the outcome you're looking for, right? Oh, for goodness. Oh, okay, I'm not winning that one. We maybe should have chased that general away a little bit harder. They've got cannon now. You've been trying to sleep since yesterday. Oof. Sitting on babies is generally frowned upon, says Les. Well, as a parent, I'll take your word for it. That's, you have more experience than I do in the matters of parenting, Les. We are so screwed this time round. Right. What I'm trying to have a look at here. Can they come at us from any angle, or is it... No, they've got... There's their battle lines. And we'll keep those guys in reserve. That's as best we can do. So we're keeping the armed populace in reserve and hoping for the best. And we're being attacked from all sides. Excellent. Musketeers, dervishes, musketeers, horsemen. Right, we're going to try the same trick again, chat. They've got an all-out assault. We're not going to have very long. I'm hoping the cannon fire does a little bit of damage, but I'm doubtful. They have a professional army. Oh, that's a problem. Crap. Their general's dead. Yeah, that enemy cavalry. That was kind of the expected outcome. The good news is there's a morale shock happened over there. The bad news is probably not going to be enough. Let's send the armed populace up to go and fight the dervishes. Oh no, we're not. That's our general dead. Right, we'll send the armed populace up to go and fight the musketeers. Try and use a mismatch there to see if we can win one fight. We'll hold these guys at the front. I don't think there's anything we can do about the morale shock back there. I need them to hold. Oof. I think those dervishes are going to win no matter what. Oh, they've nearly broken. Oh. Okay, our walls have held so far. Right, actually, I'm going to tell our guys to get back, because those horsemen will mess our day up. How are we holding this with so little? We'll try and overman them. We're going to be tired. Oh, that's good news. We've been pushed back enough. This might count as a flank attack. Our populace may have just killed that dervish unit with the rear charge. Run. There are no dervishes left there. But our walls being assaulted on the other side, so this poor unit of Darkini are going to have to... Oh, they fought them off the... 22 guys fought 57 off that wall there. I think they must have just got a good cannonball off. Right, they've got cavalry we can't really do anything about. So we have 15 professional soldiers among our ranks at this point.
There are naturally occurring resources in this region that are not currently being exploited. Development in these areas now will increase your nation's trade income later.
Take 2 turns to send whatever army we have this side over. I'm going to hire a general.
मेरा टारगेट
There will be rebellions. Okay, right. I was only going to play a couple of turns of this before we decided if it was going to be a separate streaming series. So we could definitely do a run in India with the Maratha Confederacy. But I think it's going to take maybe like 30 or 40 turns before you get yourself to a position that you're able to start growing and expanding. Because although you're taking land, you're not going to be able to do very much holding it. And it's the number of ports that you need in the region to really up your trade.
The ruling classes have written a letter of demands to your national leader as they are unhappy with the current government. Failure to comply will lead to an organized rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands. Where exactly will you draw the line?
मुर्गी तैयार है। शीघ्र समाप्त हो जाएगा।
ईश्वर की जैसी मर्जी। योर मैजेस्टी। के लिए तैयार हो। बिगुल बजा दो। हमें कोई न हराने पाए।
Took the 753 from there. We could spend it.
तैयार हो जाओ।
Yeah, that army's then going to have to go north to Hyderabad again.
तैयार हैं। आदेश की प्रतीक्षा है।
When you can't actually afford to exempt that region from taxes.
हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते सर।
But that's my sword destroyed. Where are the lists of gentlemen? The infiltration doesn't really do much for us.
मेरा टारगेट पोजीशन पर जाना। ओह, अपने रास्ते पर हूँ। गार्ड ले रहा है।
We can almost cut them off from the sea, which would stop them building more units. All right. That's a weird choice. Oh, they are bringing quite a few armies to bear.
The ruling classes have written a letter of demands to your national leader as they are unhappy with the current government.
Can't even afford to replace that.
Will lead to an organized rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands. Where exactly will you draw the line?
Your Majesty. और आदेश? Yes, sir. जवानों, आगे बढ़ो. सर, आपके आदेश? आगे बढ़ो. अगले आदेश का इंतजार है. आपका विनम्र सेवक. आदेश का इंतजार है. Milord. तैयार हो जाओ. कोई आदेश? आगे बढ़ो.
Do that.
जवानों, आगे बढ़ो. और आदेश? सर, आपके आदेश? बाईं ओर से आगे बढ़ो.
The force in the region just completely collapsed. Walls. Oh, there's no walls. We're screwed. Where's the nearest air deployment zone could be? In camel gunners and swordsmen. I can try going for the shock and awe of trying to kill their general here, but realistically, that's not happening. That cannon can hit our town hall. I don't think it can hit there. Yeah, he can keep firing there all day. No, 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 no. Where are you going? Actually, you know what? Gunners and swordsmen. Just looking to see if there's a better angle for us to secure our ranks, but I don't think there really is. Yeah, we're already bouncing off them. Ah, they're fleeing. Held on for longer than I thought we would.
naturally occurring resources in this region that are not currently being exploited. Development in these areas now will increase your nation's trade income later.
What is this so-and-so that keeps damaging our rice fields? Absolute git.
तैयार हो जाओ, आगे बढ़ो। और कोई आदेश? रुको। आगे बढ़ो। करो। अभी कोई ना हराने पाए। बाईं ओर से आगे बढ़ो, सर। आपका विनम्र सेवक। जीत हमारी है। तुम बहुत सवाल करते हो। आर्मियों को युद्ध के लिए तैयार करो। आगे बढ़ो। हमें कोई न हराने पाए। ईश्वर की कृपा।
Most of this we just don't have the money for at the moment.
ईश्वर की जैसी मर्जी।
Check your C. That's just arms peasantry. That's not going to win us anything.
Your Majesty. Milord.
Yeah, we just finished the French campaign a little bit earlier. I was just playing a couple of turns. A few turns ago. To decide who we're going to play as next. I'm a little bit tempted to give Spain a go at some point because I haven't really done a Spanish campaign. But the Maratha Confederacy seem pretty interesting. Also, Portugal.
Demands to your national leader as they are unhappy with the current government.
Yeah.
Failure to comply will lead to an organized rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands. Where exactly do you want to remain?
सामने वालों, आगे बढ़ो। युद्ध के लिए तैयार हो।
We hard push for Hyderabad. Right, there's going to be public order problems all over the place. But
Yes. युद्ध के लिए तैयार हो। घेरा डालना आरंभ करो। युद्ध के लिए तैयार हो।
I can't get them out there. But that means they're cornered in there. Exempt the region from tax. The plug bayonet is actually not a good tech for us to research next. Let's go into research square formation. Not something we're likely to use either. I can't afford the new universities yet. But square formation at least means that their cavalry isn't just a death sentence for any unit. The old one more turn problem, indeed, which I am not doing any better at because I'm like, oh, well, give it. I reckon in 5 turns I can have India under control. Kaz suggested Spain. Yeah, I think I might go for Spain next, Kaz.
The ruling classes have written a letter of demands to your national leader as they are unhappy with the current government. Failure to comply will lead to an organized rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands. Where exactly will you draw the line?
Victory by the skin of our teeth. Look at the army that's left.
मुर्गी तैयार है इंतजार कर रही है
That is an interesting start. 5 years in, there's still a pretty significant threat of just losing territory to small armies. We need to push an army up from possibly from Hyderabad to Calcutta through Cuttack. That would get us the rest of the ports, and we probably would need to deal with a couple of rebellions and hard rush Lahore and the Kashmir region there. and you might be able to isolate them from the sea, and then at least that gives you potentially a trading partner, but it would also stop the massive piracy of our existing trade. The Barbary State, literally anyone would be. A major nation that has space. I wonder if the Ottoman Empire could be persuaded for. All right, so that changes your income quite a bit. Let's do one more turn 45 minutes ago.
The ruling classes have written a letter of demands to your national leader as they are unhappy with the current government. Failure to comply will lead to an organized rebellion against you. Acquiescence at this stage could lead to further demands. Where exactly will you draw the line?
Being attacked by a flan. Physics flan worked. The light shows earlier may or may not have got me in trouble. Okay, ow. Right, okay. Well. Worth it, says physics. Oh.
You're lucky you're so far away, physics.
Beaten more flat, says physics. Just getting the stick of hittiness. Laz says hi, plan. Oh.
Hi, Laz, and nice people, not like physics.
Physics says I didn't install the light. I mean, that's a fair point.
True, that's true. It's you.
Yeah. No, that's the... yes. Oh, dear. Right, I suppose. chat. It's been a pleasure. We finished off our French campaign. Where I'm going to call it there. Otherwise, I will one more turn this the entire Easter holiday. I'd rather rather get to actually spend a wee bit of time with plan. I'll post on Discord when we next be live. I'm not sure about what we're doing for Sunday, Monday yet. Thank you so much for coming hanging out this morning for a fairly chilled hangout. I've now got to go and make it up to my wife. That's why there were lights flashing through our house and making it look like a French disco a little bit earlier on. We're going to go raiding someone, if that's okay with you guys. There's an awesome streamer from our community. It's Dr. Placebo, who is live at the moment. So we're going to go and check him out. And he's playing some assassin-y shenanigans at the moment. So you can probably see what Plan is thinking about doing to me in her head with his character playing Hitman. So without further ado, I'll let you guys go for now. We will definitely be doing another campaign. I forgot how much I enjoyed playing through Empire Total War. Don't forget to check out Gaming Buzz at gaming.buzz, which is our community news site. Thank you so much to Sponge for the resub this morning. Thank you so much to Deadsy for the gifted subs, and a huge thank you to Physics for getting me in so much trouble in such a trolly way and supporting the stream. SB I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's go raiding on a wee flank attack, and we'll be back with some more Total War a bit later on this week. Bye for now.
I say, old chap, I think those raiders mean to do us harm.